Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Malia, and today I have a back to school video for you. I'm going to be sharing my tips and tricks that have helped me be successful with online school. Now, these worked for me. They won't work for everyone. Not everyone learns in different ways, and everyone has different things that work for them. This is just what I found to be helpful last semester, having to transition to online school mid-pandemic. These are just some tips and tricks that I found. I'm still learning. I still had to figure out what flowed and worked for me properly, but maybe you'll hear one thing in this video that could really help you for your next upcoming semester. I know I'm a little bit behind because I am in college, so my school still hasn't even started yet, and I know some people are already in school, but if you've already started school, these tips can still help you. Maybe you've learned some things aren't working and how can you fix that? And maybe you'll hear some good advice, good tips in this video, so stay tuned. And if you haven't already, subscribe to be a part of my journey here on YouTube right below, and like this video because I hope you liked it, and let's go ahead and get started. My first tip for you is going to be that because it's online, we have to have either a desktop or a laptop, an iPad, some type of technology that we'll all be working on this upcoming semester. So a tip for even before you start school, the night before class, make sure your laptop's all charged up. Make sure if you're at a desk with a desktop, it's all cleaned off and ready to go for you to just sit down in the morning, because in the morning, I don't want to be waking up doing all that, worried about, oh my God, my laptop's at 11%. I have to sit with the charger. You know, it's going to be a long day and you'll probably have to recharge your laptop for some people, but you don't want to start that way. So it'll just help you feel a little more clear-minded to just have everything ready to go and just know that you have to just sit down there. Tip number 2 is going to be to wake up 30 to 45 minutes before you start class. So whatever time your first class starts, if you have a scheduled class system, wake up a little bit early. You don't want to wake up 5 minutes, 10 minutes before, because it's going to take a second for you to become like cognitive. You know, like you're still loopy, you're still tired. I know for the first 10 minutes when I wake up, I'm still yawning. I can barely open my eyes. Everything seems bright. So go ahead and get yourself up a good amount of time before class. We're already used to waking up, getting dressed, brushing our teeth, getting in the car and going to a destination. So kind of treat it the same way and get your body that awake, the same way it's used to being awake before it learns. So I'm going to wake up 30 to 45 minutes before my classes every day. I start at 8, so that means I'm going to be waking up at around 7:45, 8 o'clock, wake up. I know this isn't going to be every day and we have our rough days, but I do plan on putting on comfy clothes. Not my pajamas, but just something else besides pajamas, so I'm still changing my clothes. I'm gonna brush my teeth. I'm gonna make a little breakfast or something. I like having Tik Tok time in the morning, so I'm gonna do that so I don't do it when I'm already sitting in class. I'm gonna give myself time before, and it gives me time to set up my laptop and sit down and then begin class, so I'm not rushing in the morning. And I just feel a little more put together that way. So that would be tip number 2. Tip number 3. This is going to be to write out your schedule. Now, this is kind of out of order, I guess. I guess you'd want to do this the night before, but I did it today and I don't start until Tuesday. But you want to write out your schedule of which classes are on which days, which are Zoom calls, which classes do you just have to keep up with the work, so that you know which day is going to be which, and you can prepare yourself for the day. You know exactly what you have to accomplish that day. I have a Zoom class, but I also have a class that has work due even though we don't have a Zoom. You know, you got to balance yourself out. And for me, writing it down and seeing it visually, I understand it and I just expect it more, if that makes sense. Last semester, I got myself a whiteboard from the dollar section that said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and each day I did the times and classes. And I'm going to do the same thing this semester. This next tip has to do with the last one, and it kind of should be done at the same time, but again, it can be done daily because you should plan out your breaks. If you know that a class starts at this time and ends at this time and your next one isn't until way over here, hey, I have a 45-minute break. What am I going to do on that break? I feel like if you don't plan out the break, sometimes for me, I will overgo the break or undergo the break. And I'd be like, I could have accomplished so much more. Oh my God, I'm still cooking my lunch and class is starting. So timing out my break, I have 45 minutes. This is what I'm doing in this break. I have 25 minutes. This is what I'm doing in this break. I have 5 minutes. This is what I'm doing in this break. On Tuesdays for my class schedule, I have 5 classes, and sometimes I have back-to-back classes that only have 5 to 10 minutes in between, and other times I have classes that have an hour and a half, and I'm like, okay, that's the time for me to make lunch. Or do I fit a workout in right here? Do I do this? Now, in those breaks, it is great to stay productive, and definitely do not recommend doing homework that is due right after the break. If you want to get ahead and do homework that was assigned from the class that you just had, and you're just getting ahead, that's totally great. You're staying ahead of the game, but I would not recommend doing homework that's due for the next class, because if you run out of time or whatever it is, that's not going to be very helpful to you. But if you want to review something or a study guide for that class, there you go, you could do it in that break. And every week's going to be different. Some weeks you're going to have tests, some weeks you're not going to have homework, and you can do more fun things on your break. But just really plan them out and set yourself up for success. Tying into your breaks and scheduling yourself out and planning ahead, I like using a planner. I bought this planner at Michael's. Michael's has lots of planners. Target has planners, Walmart has planners. Planners are on Amazon. You have to just find one that you like and that works for you. I literally was in Michael's for like 30 minutes trying to find one that I liked the way it was set up. I'll give you a little example. August was very slow for me, like I didn't have much going on. I had my wisdom teeth, so I had a whole week of doing nothing just to recover. I went to Havasu, but like I did things like in big increments, so it's not like a bunch of daily things. So it looks kind of empty, but that's what my August monthly planner looks like. I like having a spot to show my whole month. And then as far as the day-to-day goes, this isn't my ideal planner. I'd love more space to write, but this is the week. And just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I have a few lines. I think I have 6 or 7 lines to write out certain things. And on the opposite side of the week, I have a box for errands, my to-do list, bills to pay, calls and emails I need to make, and things to focus on. So for my first week, I already wrote out my whole week. I have my grocery list just in here so I can prep for food that I'm gonna eat during my first week of school. I have all my classes written down on the 3 days that I have classes. On my days off, what am I gonna do in those days off? I have a full day of nothing to do, so that's my day that I can plan things, see my favorite people, and days that I'm filming, days that I'm editing, days that I'm working out. Everything is on here, again with my errands to buy, all that stuff. This really helps me color coordinating it really helps me see and visualize what things need to get done, and this just works for me. I used to use the phone calendar, and I still use that for major things like a dentist appointment, just an alert so I actually get it on my phone, but I love seeing it and writing it down. This has really helped me organize my life and organize my time. It's a big tip. All right, this is a big one, folks. Whether it's Zoom classes or just getting your work done, I know this is going to be so beneficial to me, so I'm really going to try to stick to it this year. Put your phone down. If you wouldn't do it in front of the teacher's face, why are we doing it behind Zoom? Because honestly, it is a disrespect factor in class, but it's for our own good. When you're not actually participating in the class, you're not picking up information the same way, and you're really wasting your time. If you're gonna sit on a Zoom call and be texting the whole time, why are you on the Zoom call? What do you remember? You just sat there for an hour and a half for who? For what? Take in the information. Like, you're already sitting there and not doing other things that you could be doing. Take advantage of that time to fully soak in the material. And when you pay attention in class, all the assignments and the quizzes and the tests, you're not gonna have to spend so much time on those things because it's already in there. I promise you. I learned that because I had strict professors in college and really loose ones. And I was like, why are my grades dropping in these classes? Oh, because I'm eating bagels and on my phone every day versus I actually have to pay attention. And my grade was so good in the class that I had to pay attention with no phone policy. I was like, I should be doing this on my own. I shouldn't need a teacher telling me to put my phone down. Again, it saves yourself time and frustration because instead of having to Google and ask a million friends the answers to questions and what's coming up, you'll remember because you were engaged in the call, in the class. This is a big one, especially for online school, and I know teachers say it all the time and it can be hard to do and it all depends on your family setting, but trying to find a distraction-free, clean space to just get away to do your schoolwork. A lot of us want to just do it in bed, And you can totally do it in bed. You have to do what works for you, but from my personal experience, I don't like doing my work in bed because I can't mentally differentiate school and relaxing. When I'm relaxing, I'm thinking about school. And when I'm in class, I'm so comfortable that I'm relaxing. And so I like to physically get up and sit at a table for a few reasons. Once I leave that table, I know I can leave my work behind. I've finished my work and I'm leaving my workspace. Another reason is because my handwriting is not good sitting in a bed trying to hold it on my knee. It's not the same. Well, I'm too comfortable laying in bed that I do get on my phone. I'm not paying attention. I might be getting tired. I'm just too comfortable in the space. And again, if I'm doing homework and stressing, especially in the class, when I'm done with the class and I fold up my laptop, I'm still in the same position that I was learning, and I'm still thinking about, okay, so we have a test Thursday, All that stuff is constantly playing in my head and I can't differentiate. That's something I noticed in actual school, like in-person school, that I would come home and do my homework in bed, and I felt like that. And then I started using my school's library, and I would sit at a desk with a beautiful view. I don't have that luxury right now, but I'd sit at the desk and I'd get my work done, and I'd sit there for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours sometimes. But once I got up, I knew I was done. I was done with my schoolwork and I could go home and enjoy my day. And when I crawled in bed, that was TikTok time. That was Netflix time. That was time to chill and text. It was good for me to differentiate, and it helped my mental more than anything. But that's just a tip. And if you don't have the luxury, because not all of us do, of getting away into a different space, and you do have to work in your bed, or you just want to work in your bed, here's a tip that can make working in your bed a little bit better. Amazon has these great trays that are just over your lap, and they go down and it sits over your lap onto the bed, and it just gives you a space, it gives you that tabletop so that you can do good notes. It holds your laptop so your laptop's not overheating on your legs. Some of them have little phone holders, and they range from $8 to $30. I'd go check one out and see if that would help you out a lot. And again, no matter what space you're in, try to have it clean and organized. So if you're doing your work in your bed, make your bed and lay on top of your bed instead of being in the sheets. Again, when a space is clean and organized, your brain can function better because it can concentrate at the one thing at hand. And if you're at a desk, move the makeup, move the 30 million water bottles, all the extra things, and just have a clean space. This next tip is definitely one of my favorite tips. It's definitely the girly side of me, and it's a confidence booster to me, honestly, but school supplies. I went and bought my school supplies. I got 6 classes, so I gotta go to the store one more time and get one more notebook. But the tip is to get clean and new school supplies if you can. I got a new notebook, and so that mentally I know that all my notes for this semester are right here. I'm not gonna have to differentiate what was last semester, what was this semester. I'm not looking at messy old notes I took last year. Pages aren't falling out. It's nice and clean and right here. And when I open it, that beginning of school grind that you have, and it's I'm gonna take clean notes. I'm gonna not be messy. Well, I don't want to open a book to messy notes from the last semester. I want it to be those clean notes from the first semester, the first day. So that's my tip on getting new school supplies. So I do that. I have a little just side folder of any loose things I need to print out. And I got myself colorful pens because I like color coding things, as well as some highlighters. That's pretty much all I need. I'm not taking any math classes this semester, so I don't need calculators and all those other things. But you gotta get what's good for you. Some things are totally easy to reuse, but I feel like notebooks are definitely something you should invest in getting a new clean one, so it's directly about what's going on right now. Again, that mental space being clean, that's what helps me so much. Okay, this tip was probably the hardest that I knew last semester in my head that I had to do, but the hardest to actually come through and complete. And it is actually taking notes in class. You might be in a Zoom class and you might think you're retaining all this information, but if your whole life you went from writing notes down on paper, pencil, iPad, whatever you want, however you take your notes, if you've always taken notes and you think this semester because it's online your teacher's not watching you or making you take notes, what's the difference? You learned back then, so let's not switch things up now that we have a little bit more freedom. stay on top of yourself, hold yourself accountable, and take those notes. I know last semester I had a Zoom class and had a class that she just sent us the audio. And for the audio class, I was like, I don't need to write down notes. I'm just gonna listen really closely and answer the questions and study. I didn't remember what we learned last week. Like, I didn't even know what topic, which chapter we did last week. I kind of remembered the examples she gave, but I didn't actually remember and retain anything. And it kind of all goes into this. I'm gonna put the picture right here before I even talk about it. Okay, so in that picture that you just saw, it's a little graphed percentage thing that shows you how you learn and how you actually take in information. And if you see it, it says 30% learning is seeing, so it might be a Zoom call and watching your teacher and she shows you something, and 20% is hearing. That's you hearing your professor tell you all the information. So if you've just sat in a Zoom class and you have seen her teach you, she's shown you her slides and she was talking the whole time, how much information did you just learn? You only took in 50% of the information that was given. But as soon as you write down the information, and at the end of the day, to recap or before you go to that class again, if you read your notes out loud, how much more have you just learned? It all comes together. And like, if we're gonna be in school and we have to be in a whole semester worth of school, a whole year worth of school, why do it and have an outcome that we never wanted when we can do certain things that will bring us to a better outcome? That's what I just keep pushing in my head. I'm not doing this to just barely get by or not get by, because when you barely get by, you get that stress of, oh my God, I'm not gonna get by and I just did all this. So let's get by confidently. Let's strive for higher and better grades. And that can be something that helps us. Another good tip that I've learned is, this definitely goes for college, but there's no reason it can't go for high school. It just might not be the same extent, but print out the syllabus for each class. If you get a notebook like this, if you work with any notebook like this, it's like, okay, this folder has the syllabus for the class, for the notes that are gonna be right behind it. And in your syllabus, your teacher will have all your classroom like rules and expectations, things that you'll be learning. I know especially in college, they normally give you the whole semester's worth of work, like what you're gonna be learning. Week 1, chapters 1, 2, and 3, week 2, so that you know what you're getting yourself into before class even starts. Okay, we're gonna be doing this, we're gonna be doing this. Oh, today's kind of like a free day. Oh, we're having a review day. Let me make sure I have questions for my professor. You can kind of plan out your week even better when you can see stuff like that. And if your professor doesn't have all of that, you can at least see, oh, well, she says she doesn't accept late work, but if I email her, she might work something out with me. Let me email her. Oh, she gives extra credit assignments. I better stay on top of those. Oh, she only gives 2 extra credit assignments. I better do both. Or I missed one, I have to do the other because there's no more. It gives you the inside scoop on the class, and it's definitely a key to success. So I definitely recommend printing that out. If you can't print it out, just stay referring back to it. And my last tip for you guys today is gonna be, don't procrastinate. You know when it's due. Get it done in the free time that you have, because guess what? If it's due Friday and your plan is, oh, I'm gonna do it Thursday, but you have a complete free day on Wednesday, and then your friend Thursday morning says, hey, you wanna go get lunch? Let's go, well, guess what? I'm sure you're picking those plans with your friend over studying or doing it whatever you had, but if you would have said, hey, I had a free day on Wednesday, let me get everything done on Wednesday, and I can always recap on Thursday, but I also now have Thursday open. Take the week as it goes and just time out, schedule out your time. That's the best advice I could give you. These are the tips I'm gonna keep reminding myself, and as soon as I hit a low point in the semester, which we all hit those points, I'm gonna watch this video and remind myself of everything in the mentality that I had going into the semester. Try to stay positive, stay focused, and stay on your grind. We got this, guys. 2020 has been a crazy year, and I didn't expect any of it. I don't know if you guys did. I don't know what's to come, but I have my fingers crossed, and I know I at least need to get through this semester. So Again, I'm just going to try to keep a positive mentality, stay motivated, stay grinding, and stay focused. And I hope you guys are too. I hope you found a tip in this video that's going to help you or maybe changed your mind about some things. Go ahead and like this video if you did find that tip. Subscribe down below to be a part of my journey here on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that fun stuff. That'll be linked down below. And I'll see you guys next time. See you guys later. Bye, guys.